Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to a great start. Did you guys miss me last week? I hope you did. Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do me a huge, huge favor. Put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, I hope and pray that your week is off to a great start. I hope you guys missed me last week. Last week, I was not feeling good at all. And so I decided that I was going to stay in my bed. So again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Do me a huge favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, 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 love to give you a shout out. And again, I just hope that everybody's Father's Day, everything was going well. Hi, Alan. How are you from North Carolina? I appreciate you getting on. I appreciate you. Again, you guys, hi, RG from PA. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. My YouTube people are coming through. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Last week I just was not feeling good, so I was like not getting on here. But I'm on here now and I feel pretty good today. So thank you guys. Again, I hope your week is off to a great start. It's a lot of you guys on here. So please just put in the chat where you're joining me from, because I would love, 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 love to give you a shout out. Hi, Rosalinda. How are you from Illinois? I appreciate you for getting on here. Again, you guys, I had a great weekend. Was able to do my intensive what to do when marriage gets hard. It was an amazing class. If you missed it, I will be doing it again in the fall. I've had like, I don't know how many people like, I wanted to register. So we did it on Saturday and it was amazing. And it was called What to Do When Marriage Gets Hard, right? And marriage does get hard, but you can get through it. And so again, I will be holding some more classes during the fall. I'll be doing that one again and some other one. Let's talk about sex and some other ones in the fall. I just met with my team, and so I have a pretty good schedule for the summer. I'm not going to do any workshops and stuff. I'm just going to enjoy my summer, and I'll be doing my wife chats and stuff like that. But I'm getting ready to do quite a bit of travel, so that's what I'll be doing. But tonight's chat comes from a wife in Las Vegas. She's been married 16 years, and her thing is, help Dr. Gail. My husband is emotionally unavailable. She says, my husband has no time for me outside of the bedroom. We still connect regularly in the bedroom. However, I'm just feeling emotionally drained. We don't have meaningful conversations. He's very distant and we just don't have time for each other. And I need to figure out why he is so unemotionally connected to me. And this is something that a lot of marriages go through, right? And it's obvious that they're still connecting sexually, right? But for women, we have to be emotionally connected. And that comes most of the time with us talking things out and those kind of things in order for us to feel that we're in a marriage, that we're being heard and seen. Okay. And like I said, all marriages go through this, and it could be just a period of time. But if it's came to the point where she's reaching out, it has been going on for a while. I did reach out to this young lady, and she got back with me very briefly in a message and just saying that it's been going on for about 6 months. And that's the reason why it's bothering her, which is a long time to be emotionally disconnected from your spouse. And so she just wanted some help. Okay. And how can you tell if you are emotionally unavailable for your spouse? How can you tell when things are not going well? And you know it, but let me just give you a few things to look at, right? A lot of times when people are unemotionally connected to you or unemotionally available to you, they don't validate your feelings. It looks like they might say you're doing too much, you're too dramatic, you're too needy, you're too sensitive. Those kind of words can let you know that your spouse is not emotionally there with you, right? Because it is an emotional thing. And a lot of times for women, we do become very emotional because we're thinking, what did I say? Am I doing wrong? What am I missing that he does not want to spend time with me outside of the bedroom? What is it that when I say something to him, it just gets on his nerves? What did I do, or what can I do different in order for us to be able to have a conversation that does not lead to arguments, or where it leads to him just looking at me like I'm crazy? What can I do? What have I done, or what can I change in order to become emotionally connected to him? Because again, she did say that they're still connecting in the bedroom, so therefore the physical is still there. But for women, amazing sex is 90% mental and only 10% physical. So if she's not feeling that they're emotionally connected, that the communication is off, the vibe is off, it's very hard for her to engage and climax and do what she needs to do in the bedroom. Not saying that she's not doing it. What I'm saying is in order for her to be able to give pleasure, she needs to be in a headspace in order to really be present and not have that lingering in her head. Okay. So number two, how you can tell that you guys are not, emotionally connected is they don't want to talk about anything deep, right? They don't want to talk about any conflicts. They don't want to talk about that you not feeling connected to them. They don't want to talk about the relationship, right? And there are many reasons why people become unemotionally available, right? It could be that they have something going on in personally that they're not ready to share. And I used to drive Gail crazy because I was a over communicator, and he would be like, wow. And I'm like, why are you looking at me like I am crazy? Like I'm not. I want you to be in this with me. And he's like, I got all these other things going on, right? And not that I don't care. It's just that I can't deal with something else right now, and I can't be what you want me to be at this time, right? And was that hurtful? Absolutely. But I have been on the other side of that too. So the thing is that when you have a lot of stuff going on emotionally in your own head, it is very hard to connect with someone else. It's very, very hard to connect with someone else. So they don't want to talk about anything hard, anything deep, no conflicts or whatever. They just want to go about their day in order to make it to the next day, right? And is that right? No. But it has to come to a point in time where they're aware of what's going on and they're able to articulate what is going on in order for your spouse not to feel like they're on this emotional island by themselves. So if you're in a situation where your spouse has checked out on you, give it some time. And she's given it enough time. 6 months is a long time, but also figure out what you can do in order to help them get emotionally connected. And I'm going to give you a few things you can do that I know work because it worked in my own marriage to reconnect with your spouse, right? The first thing is that we're all so busy, right? A lot of us have busy schedules throughout the day. So when we get back home or we finish our work or whatever, we have absolutely nothing left in the tank for our spouses. We don't. And our spouse should be our first priority. But again, I understand bills and everything else is going on, inflation, all that kind of stuff. But you're going to have to figure out how to carve in quality time with your spouse together. It has to be something that happens that's non-negotiable. Because if you don't make them a priority and they don't make you a priority, your marriage is going to fail. I'm being honest. Because again, we give so much to other people, and the person that we said we're going to spend the rest of our life with, we give them the crumbs, and that's not fair. So you're going to have to start spending quality time together, even if it's just 30 minutes to just be in each other's arms and allow that person to know that I am here for you. It could be in silence, it could be over dinner, it could be just sitting in a recliner, whatever that looks like for you guys, but spend some quality time and carve that out, doing, every day if possible, in order for you just to reconnect. It doesn't have to be anything long and drawn out or whatever, but just spend some quality time, just you and your spouse. Number two is learn to laugh again. Life is so hard. Life is lifing us as a society, but we have forgotten how to laugh, right? We've gotten so serious that we forgot how to laugh. And so my thing is, it doesn't take much to find something funny to laugh at that you can share with your spouse. Go do something fun on the weekends that you haven't done in years or did as a kid that was fun. But learn to laugh again, because laughter brings healing. Laughter brings people together. So learn to laugh again, because everything is so heavy. The bills, the cars, the traffic, the inflation, everything is so heavy, but you got to learn to laugh again. Number three is express gratitude towards your spouse, right? This is something that I took for granted, but I didn't realize how huge it was for Gail, right? Because I used to be one of those people, and still can be, that could tick off 1,000 things that he did wrong. But when you ask me what did he do right, I would be sitting there trying to figure it out. But God gave me this thing called the 30-day gratitude challenge. And for 30 days, he made me write down something that Gil did good, right? And at the end of that 30 days, it started off like, thank you for waking up. I'm being honest. And then because I was in a bad space in my own life. And so therefore it translated into my marriage. Hi, Johanna. How are you doing, beautiful lady? Thank you so much for joining me. But so I was in a bad space in my own life, so it translated over into my marriage, right? But I did the challenge. And do you know, I have seen my husband cry 4 times in 37 years. 4. 2 of them was when my children was born, and one when his mother passed away. And when I gave him that 30-day gratitude of what I was grateful for, because he always said, gee, you can tell me 1,000 things that I do wrong, and finally you found some things that I did right, right? And it's on my, if you want to take the 30-day gratitude challenge, it's on my website. You can go download it for free. It's nothing but express some gratitude towards your spouse. Sometimes we always can find the negative, but try to find the positive too. And number 4, set some boundaries. Set some boundaries for the marriage. Because again, maybe your expectation of how long you need to talk and how long you need to engage and how long, what is the expectation of being emotionally connected and fulfilled in marriage? Because what might look like to you is fulfilling, it might be something totally different for your spouse. And if you don't have that conversation, it makes it very difficult for you guys to meet in the middle and you get what you want. And a lot of times we don't even know when is the best time to speak to our spouses. Whenever we feel like it's the best time is when we want to talk. But have you ever asked your spouse the question, when is the best time for us to have a conversation? Because again, as soon as Gil walked through the door, I used to inundate him with 1,000 things that happened during my day, what happened with the children back there, all of that kind of stuff. And he was not ready to receive what I had to say. And therefore that caused conflict. And therefore we was emotionally disconnected. Because I got to the point where I'm not talking to you because you're not listening, you're not receiving, you don't have the same whatever. But it wasn't that he didn't care. It was just the time that I was trying to unload all of these things on him, right? When he just walked through the door. And so you got to set some boundaries and some perimeters for becoming emotionally connected. And you have to be are able to articulate what you need from your spouse to feel connected, because they're not mind readers. And that was another thing. I used to think Gil should be able to read my line. We've been together all these years. You should know. No, he does not know. And we have to start taking our spouses for granted and think that they know everything when they don't. So have a conversation. Okay. Is there any questions or anything like that? So my prayer is for not just this young lady, but anybody who is feeling emotionally disconnected from their spouse, that you sit down and have a conversation, set some boundaries, and implement some of these things that I talked about to bring back that emotional connection, right? Because being emotionally connected to your spouse is one of the best things that you could do. You get in a flow, you learn more things about them. They're open, they can be vulnerable, and vice versa. And also, if you have not expressed any gratitude for your spouse in a long time, go take the challenge. It's like I said, it's free. You can go to my website, gailcrowder.com, and download it. Okay. Yeah, men cannot read minds. You're right, Alan. You can't. I used to think Gil could, but he can't. And we can't read minds either as women. So we have to meet somewhere in the middle and have meaningful conversations. The thing is that we've gotten so busy, so bogged down, so jaded that we are not having meaningful conversations with our spouses, and we think that they should know and they don't, and we're expecting something out of them that they can't give because they don't know that we need it, right? So be able to do those things. All right. Is there any other thing that you guys need from me? Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook. I appreciate you. I love you guys. If you have a chat that you want me to talk about any topic, I'm open to. All you have to do is either inbox me or email me on any of my platforms. I will never say your name. I will just say where it came from, whether this is a husband or wife, and the state that you came from. And again, please keep these chats coming. I appreciate you guys. And if there's nothing else, I'm getting off of here. I'm getting off of here. And like I said, you guys look for my workshops coming. I'll start announcing those. I have my Bringing Sexy Back to the Marriage conference coming in January. I'm telling you, it's going to be some amazing stuff coming. And I will see you guys next week.